ಬರೆಯುವ ಕೈಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತನಾಡು.
The idea is to intimidate the sections of the media that are still trying and struggling to be independent. The idea is to intimidate them. Yes, it's a pity that they're prominent journalists, because prominent journalists become prominent by having a track record of work, right? So they want to silence, first of all, those who speak the loudest. But the number of arrests made on the 3rd of October was of every kind of journalist, even young boys and girls. They were questioned. Not all of them were brought to the police station. The women were questioned in their homes, but they were questioned. They were not all top-notch journalists. It's just to spread fear. You know, the juncture, the context always matters, because the government today is less sure of its chances than it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Therefore, you know, the more injustice it brings about by disregarding the ordinary people of this country, the independent sections of the media will write about it, and the message will spread. They don't want that message to spread just months before the election.
The regular media, which is their larger media houses, already been taken over. They anyway speak the government's voice. Government की बातें ही बताते वो और कोई बातें नहीं बताते. अब आपको लग रहा था कि डिजिटल मीडिया या फिर जो यूट्यूब के थ्रू जर्नलिस्ट थे वो अपनी कम्युनिकेशन लोगों तक पहुंचा रहे हैं, एंड एक्चुअली वो बहुत ग्रो हो रहा था लास्ट 6 और 1 साल में बहुत ग्रो हुआ है. तो उनके तरफ जाकर, जैसे अभिशार की चैनल बहुत पॉपुलर है, तो आपको उनको किसी ना किसी तरह से उनको थ्रेट करना था. ये वही मैसेज है. नहीं तो आप अभिशार जो न्यूज़ क्लिक के साथ जुड़े भी नहीं है, उनको क्यों आप अरेस्ट करेंगे? एक कॉन्ट्रैक्टर है शायद कोई, जिसने 200 रुपया या 300 रुपया उसे मिला था एक आर्टिकल के लिए, उसको भी आपने अरेस्ट किया. तीस्ता का क्या संबंध है यहाँ इसके साथ? तीस्ता को आपने ब्लॉक कर दिया, और आप एक आर्टिकल न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स में एक आर्टिकल आया हुआ है, उसके बेसिस पे क्यों किया? इन्वेस्टमेंट तो पेटीएम में भी हुआ है, इन्वेस्टमेंट तो हमारे कंट्री का हर इंडस्ट्री में हो रहा है. बट आई ऑल्सो थिंक ये एक मौका है हमारे लिए जानने के लिए कि गवर्नमेंट रैटल्ड है, उनको पता है पब्लिक सपोर्ट नहीं है, और इसी रैटल का ये लास्ट फेस है, दैट दे आर पुशिंग देयर एंगर टुवर्ड्स अस यूजिंग द स्टेट मशीनरी. एज पीपल वी नीड टू बी वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट दैट दिस इज द लास्ट फेस ऑफ them, and we need to be not frightened. We need to be in support and solidarity with everyone, and that's how it will work for us.
Of India are being plagued with tremendous price rise, tremendous lack of employment. The press freedom index is like dwindling at a very high level actually. So it's ranking backwards. Then we have the national education policy that's making education private, inaccessible to students. We have the farm laws that are being implemented in many states specifically. That's making life difficult for farmers. Workers are being slapped with the new labor codes. Then we have the modified DIA, the Modified Mines and Minerals Act. There's all kind of onslaught on people. On one hand, natural resources are being looted. On the other hand, people are being suppressed economically, and they're diverted using communal tactics. So whoever dissents against all these things are being put behind bars, are being slapped with UAPA. So the process itself becomes the punishment for them, so that the government shuts them down for good. So that's the kind of tactic that the government is using in the run-up to the 2024 elections, because the king's throne is in danger.
This is an offense as against the media. They want to silence the voices. They want to send a information message to any journalist, any good journalist, any journalist who has some integrity left in him, from reporting against the government. And that's the purpose of it. And this should go. If there is a healthy media, if there is freedom for journalists to write, that is the yardstick that there exists a democracy. In the absence of it, there is no democracy. I think that's being done away in India. I think that's something which is a serious crime that's happening on a daily basis. It's time that you start questioning it. Every Indian has a duty to question it.
We need to mobilize more. The only way is to fight back against the government who is continuously trying to oppress us. The only way is to fight back, I think. Again, the way to reform and things so that, I don't know how much it will work, but the only way is to mobilize more and more students, more and more people. Understand that it's a bigger issue. It's not just limited to journalists. It's also students who are affected. It's also workers who are women, Dalit, everyone is affected. So it's a larger struggle. So
The government which is trying to constantly suppress voices of journalists who are exposing the government's anti-people policies and actions, and they're against the fascist governments. You see, the issues they've covered are issues that the government keeps trying to sweep under the carpet. So that is why they're here. They're here to protest against the government who is trying to suppress us.
The last 2 days, the kind of raids and arrests that Delhi police has done across the Maharashtra and Delhi are really shocking, but they're not so shocking because this is revealing of a pattern of the Modi regime. They have continuously been attacking anyone who stands up to them, speaks truth to power. They have gone after people who are activists, who are poets, intellectuals, thinkers, and now they are going after journalists. This is very much reflective of the time that we've seen in the emergency. And Mr. Prabir Purkayastha himself was arrested in the emergency as well. He's arrested now. So that's first. The first part of the solution is to look deeply at that. The second part of the solution is to first repeal UAPA. That is not a law that is being used in any way to curb terrorism. That is only being used to curb freedom of speech and expression against activists, journalists, and people who stand up, people who speak truth to power.
Thank you. And this particular TV, that the journalists, they are taking the truth to the street and the people, they have been targeted.
So what's the solution, sir?
Solution. Yeah. See, yeah. Not only the 14 election, the 5 state elections, the truth should not come out. The Sudarshan TV, what they say, whole 140 crore people has to be here and vote for the coming 5 state election as well as the general election. That is their idea. Yeah, we'll see. What has happened to Hitler? Same. Even worse, the Modi and Shah and company going to see that fate.